Hi, my name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Today I'll be taking a look at the second coming of the Thereminator 2 by Yonac, so let's Oj! Back in August 2008, a cool developer called Yonac dropped a unique touchscreen Theremin on the iPhone that helped shape the massive collection of great apps we now take for granted in 2024. For all of its coolness, unfortunately, you couldn't use it as an AUv3 in your favorite projects, leaving all of you Theremin maniacs out there totally devoid of some sick Theremin action. That is until now. Yonac have just released Thereminator 2, and it's a heap of fun. The Theremin is an electronic musical instrument controlled without any physical contact by the performer, who's also known as the thereminist. It's named after its inventor Leon Theremin, who patented the device in 1928. I could go on and explain with mere words how the Theremin works, but instead, let's let Leon Theremin show you himself.
Электромузыкальный инструмент Theremin – это первый инструмент такого типа. Это песенно-голосовой инструмент. В нем управление мелодией достигается посредством движения руки и пальцев рук в зависимости от исполняемой мелодии. Без прикосновения к чему бы то ни было, посредством влияния на электромагнитное поле около инструмента.
Thereminator 2 is available on the App Store on a Halloween 50% off sale for a mere $3.99. It will double in price after the sale, so get on it now. It works on all iOS devices and M Series Macs. So let's check out a quick demo of it in action. Okay, so here we are now in AUM. We're going to take a look at how this thing works. So I've got it loaded up in a single track here, and I've got Stellar Vox, which is not added to the mix yet. Let's open it up. This is the interface, and you can see you've got an MPE keyboard down here to kick things off. We can add octaves to this and make it as large as we want. So we can go all the way up to 8 octaves, and you can see that's really, really small there. And we can unlock this and scroll to position. So because it's at the full length of 8 octaves at the moment, it won't make much difference. But now we can scroll around between these here. So we can bring all this all the way down and scroll again, set that up. In fact, let's bring it right back down here, and we'll scroll and bring this back to like a C3, C4 to 5. So you can see it's C4 to 5 there. Click up here. So these are your octaves up the top, and this is where you set your MPE controller. Now I just want to make sure that I have a keyboard connected here, and I've got my Arturia keyboard connected. So you can play this with a keyboard. It's not going to be the same. You can use an MPE keyboard as well. So we have our controls. You can turn these on and off and just bring up the keyboard and just have the controls. You're going to find all of your presets in here, and you've got 1, 2, 3 banks. They're marked 2, 3, and 4 because recents is marked at number 1. So each one of these has a list of presets. So Yonac are always very generous with their presets, and this is no different. To star a preset, really easy. Just hit the star, boom, and that will appear up here in your favorites. So nice and easy. You want to get rid of a favorite, click it, you're done. Come back to our Theremin presets. So the classics, strange waves, and into the shadows. Let's touch off this. Oh, so when you're in here, you've also got all these options down here for adding new banks, presets, and knit patches, all that kind of stuff. If you've used any of Yonac's apps before, it's pretty much the same deal. They use the same interface here, so you're going to be very familiar with that. All those details are in the manual as well, which you can find in the standalone. And to get to that, it's pretty easy. Just load the Theremin as a standalone. Let's do that quickly. Thereminator 2. And you can see when you click up here, you've got the user manual here. So you can click on that. It'll open up like so. And there is your manual in a web page. Nice and simple, big writing, all that jazz. Let's go up here and close this standalone version out. Come back here over here to AUM. You've got an output volume. When you click on the little ad here, it doesn't give you any information and show you the manual. That would be nice if it was in here. It's a shame you have to open up the standalone to get to that. All right, so as I said, you can play on a keyboard, and I can show you that now. But it is going to be a completely different experience than using the MPE on-screen keyboard. Let me show you that as well. So I can jump over here to a split screen back here, show you my hands doing it. So, of course, you can use an actual MPE keyboard, physical keyboard as well, which is really, really cool. Let's clock over here to the waveforms. So over here we have in the top corner, it says TH. So that is the Theremin authentic tone. So it's quite similar to a sine wave. We can move this up to a sine. That is and you've got a whole bunch of options here. So, and you can see as you move the dial up here, this little information tab will tell you exactly what these are. So we're on a sine at the moment. We've got a triangle, we've got a saw, we've got a shark, we've got a pulse 1-3, and a pulse 1-6. Let's go through them all. Here's the Theremin, the sine, so the actual Theremin sound is very close, the original Theremin sound, to a sine wave, probably the most closest to that, but it is different, as you can hear. The saw, there was the triangle, the saw. The shark. You've got your pulse or square. And then we've got these variant pulses as well. Nice. We'll come back to our theremin for now. You've got a drive here. Let's show you that. So I'll hold down and we'll turn this up. Nice. We've got a filter. Of course we've got a filter. Let's turn that down. Yes, parameters are open, so you can automate this stuff if you want to go bonkers and make it not sound like a theremin at all. That's totally up to you. We've got a resonator here. Now this thing can get pretty wild. So go easy on your ears, yeah? Be careful. You know, resonators can blow your freaking head off. Now, we've got this vibration here, and we've got a tremolo over here. Now, these can be connected down here. So these are your vertical controls. Let's jump down here. We'll turn all these off. So when they're off, you're going to get the same, pretty much the same effect. So wherever you touch on it, it takes away that MPE of using that vertical axis. So first of all, you've got a volume vertical. So when we start from the bottom, we've got the filter. Let's turn the filter down a bit. I really like the filter over the volume because it's I don't know, it gives it that more authentic feel, I feel. You have the vibration, the vibrator. So it's vibrator. Let's turn that on. So now it's doing nothing until we actually turn it up a little bit up here. So we've just turned it up. And you've got control over the rate over here as well too. We'll add the filter. Now remember, without the vibrator on, you can actually do it with your finger, yeah? So that's, oops, wrong camera. But let's go over here. So we'll make sure this is all turned off. Bring that back. So you've got a similar kind of effect there. Plus we've got a tremolo. Let's turn that on. And we'll turn this up a little bit. So those are your options there. And you can turn any of these off. We'll just keep the filter on for now. Put that up a little bit higher and the volume maybe. Okay, let's talk about using a keyboard. So you can use a keyboard. And the best way to do it, I would suggest, is to use the portamento. So let's turn that up right now. And now we'll come over here to our keyboard. So with the vibration, so it is absolutely possible to do it. You're not going to get that full thing that you can get with using the MPE on here. Let's leave these two back on. Turn the portamento down. You've also got a chorus in here. Let's bring that up. And your rate. So there's no lock on here as well. Now, I know you're saying, but I see lock buttons over here, but we'll talk about these. They are different. So you've got your rate for your chorus here. Just going to use my finger to turn up the rate. We'll turn that down. We also have a delay. Now, this can get pretty wild as well, too, because this feedback over here is it's going to feedback on itself. Yeah, it's going to resonate on itself. Let's turn down that feedback here. We can bring these back. Double tap anywhere on these to bring them back to what they were originally. Let's talk about the scales over here. So you can set a key. So we'll set a D. You've got a bunch of scales, heaps of scales in here to choose from. You can go like this Prometheus, bang, and it's going to set the scale to exactly those keys in that scale. So let's talk about this lock button. The lock button allows you to, when you change presets, it will maintain these scales. You'll notice if you go through presets without holding the lockdown, it will change scales. It will change the note snapping and the key. So if you want to keep the scale you're working on and go through, here we go. We can do this right now. So you can see we've still got this D in the Prometheus. Now, note snapping is interesting. We can turn this all the way up. And it's just going to snap. We've got more of a glide along there. It's pretty wild. Let's come back out of here. And we shall move this down a little bit. Let's bring this down back here to a D. There we go. So you can see with the snapping, we turn that snapping down. We're going to get that more authentic, I think, authentic Theremin sound. You've also got MIDI learn. You can pretty much learn anything you want from here. Go for your life. You can lock it. Once you've MIDI learnt, you can lock anything in and that will stay there as well. You've got a panic button. When things go wrong and things get locked, you can get out of that. It's pretty damn nice, yeah? So it's not incredibly hard to get into. Again, you want to bring the keyboard up full screen. You can do so very easily just by clicking that up the top here. And that's pretty much it. I think what we'll do is we'll run through some of these presets. So the one thing, I guess, which would be nice is to be able to switch through the presets without having to open the preset page. I know it's not a really Yonac thing to do because they've used this model of their preset page for a long time. Now you can see here, I've just, let's click on here. So you can see we've got our controls back. But it'd be nice to have some arrows, maybe just here, just to flick through, or just this over here. The controls, and just be able to flick through presets easily. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Let's run through. So we'll change this scale out. What have we got here? Let's go and find like a, I don't know, a something like a diminished scale, diminished seventh. Okay, let's run through some of these presets, shall we? So we'll click on this. I love these. So that's your classic Theremin right there. We've Got this fat wave here. It's a wild instrument, isn't it? I think it's a sick instrument. We've got this full sing here. So I'm using the keyboard there, as you can see down here. Now this is monophonic, so keep that in mind. Absolutely monophonic. So if you're going to use a couple of these, you could open up multiple instances of this and have it running and have two hands, one running one running the other if you would like. So we're still on this first page of stuff here. Let's go to the strange waves one. Let's add in. Hey, our Stellar Vox. So we've got a stuck note there. Panic's not killing it. There we go, it's gone. We've got a little dot there. Wow. That's rad. So you can see I turned off lock here, so when we changed to that old school, I'm going to save that one. That one's been wonderful, isn't it? Go to the basement. Don't know why we got this little dot here. Is that a bug? I don't know. It's gone now. Only seems to happen when we've got the preset window open. Okay, now I want to open this up in Logic, but I'm having a little bit of an issue with it. So I'm going to open up the manual here, and I've got this section here that says MIDI and AUv3. And here it says, note, MPE support might have to be manually enabled in some hosts using GarageBand. As an example, MPE is turned on by a switch found in the entry for GarageBand in iOS settings. If the host you are using has such a setting, please make sure it's enabled for best results. So that's easy enough. I can come over here to GarageBand, no problem. For once, GarageBand is easier to work out than Logic. So here it is, and there's the setting, support MPE controllers. But when I come down to Logic, There's no such thing in here. Now, I have read the manual on MPE controllers, and it does say you can use them, but I can only seem to use them with certain instruments that are already within Logic, so Logic's own instruments. So here we are here. I've got a little project going on here. If I hit play, we've got, let's play this. So it's just a little Quanta 2 spacey kind of thing going on. Okay, so if we bounce over here to this track, you'll notice I've got GeoShred in here, and I've also got Thereminator and Stellavox. So I can come in here and play along with it. Let's bring up Thereminator, bring this down, but the problem is when I hit record, I can't seem to record into it. Now, I've looked all throughout the settings, I just can't find a way to do it, so hopefully Yonac can point me out exactly how to do it here, but if we hit play and record, so this is in B minor. But as you can see, nothing is recording in there. The only thing that recorded then was when I turned the portamento up or changed the chorus. So it's actually started recording something, but then nothing in there. So I can't work that out. So what I have done here is added a GeoShred in here and gone in and made sure that this is set to record. So it's record to MIDI track down here. And hopefully we should be able to do the same thing, but with GeoShred. So I've got the key set, because GeoShred is an MPE controller. So let's see if we can do it. We'll pull this down a little bit so we can see if it's recording. And, whoops. Just come back over here. And we've got our B, so it's in B minor. We'll hit record, bring it back to the start. Let's see if it records MIDI data in using this as the MPE controller. And what do you know? It has worked. So interestingly enough, when it records data in, it actually records it as one note. If you keep your finger down the whole time, it just records it as one note. So you can see in here, it's just this one note. But when we play it back, now, if I lift my finger off at any time, it's going to play separate notes. So let's take off the little loop section here, and I'll show you that right now. So we'll start this around here this time and hit record, and we'll bring up GeoShred. So you can see again when I held my finger down and moved all those notes, it just recorded on that one note, whatever I started on. But yeah, you can see that it does go in here, and you can edit all this stuff as well. So that is my fix. Hopefully we'll speak to Yonac and see if there is a way to do it. I'm sure there is. I just can't for the life of me work it out. Logic just puts things in strange places sometimes, and you've got to kind of work it out. So anyway, that is our look at this wonderful, wonderful Thereminator 2. Let's get out of here for today. So that was Thereminator 2. It's available on the App Store and on a Halloween 50% off sale for a mere $3.99. It will double in price when that sale ends. It's available on all iOS devices and M Series Macs, so get on it. Are you enjoying the content here on the channel? Please let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, can you do me a solid? Smash the like, hit the subscribe, and ring the bell to keep up with all of the latest app demos and live streams. You can also become a Patreon if you want as well, or a member of the channel. It really does help. Time to get out of here for today. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Stay awake and let's Oj!